A very soothing sound. Good sound to drink beer to, guys. Let's take a walk, see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Looky here, this is a big bottle from Trillium. This is the first bottle that I've had from Trillium. Everything that's been sent to me up till now has been in the 16-ounce cans with the plain Jane silver can with the stick-on wrap-around label. This is a great big, I think it's a 22-ouncer bottle, and I don't see any kind of vintage or date on it, guys. It says here PM Dawn American Stout with cold brewed coffee, 9% alcohol. This says it's 25.4 fluid ounces, so it's bigger than a typical bomber. Not quite to the 750 milliliters, but it's a little bit bigger than a bomber, and I thought it was. It looked a little bigger. This was sent to me by Greg, so Greg, thanks again, my friend, my brother. All the Trillium beers that you sent me, I mean, I was ecstatic when I opened that box and seen all that stuff in there. You the man, too. You and Rico and Brandon C. and everybody, Donovan and everybody. If I left your name out, man, there's just so many wonderful subscribers that send me beer. Michael, Dave, everybody. I feel so blessed that I have the subscribers that I do and send me all these wonderful beers from around the country and sometimes around the world. I've had beers from Brazil sent to me too, so feel very blessed. I really do. So thanks a bunch everybody that sends me beers. The Trillium beers have been outstanding. Like I said, this is the first one I've got spent in a bottle. I don't see any kind of vintage or date on the label on here. Maybe it's another reason they went to the canning, where they could, evidently they have a machine that can do the dating on the bottom of the can. So we'll take a closer look once I get the bottle empty, see if there's anything written on the bottle that you can't see when there's a stout in it. A dark brown bottle with a black beer in it, you can't see black writing on those bottles. So if it does have a date and it's in black, they need to change it to a white or a yellow or a blue. Weyerbacher does a bright blue, you can see half a mile away. So, and they do a bottled on date and an enjoy by date or best by or have it by this date. They give you 2 dates on their bottles. So very well done from Weyerbacher. So let's get on with this one. I don't want it to be a 30-minute beer review here. A 9%er. Rate Beer doesn't have the IBUs, and neither does Beer Advocate, so let's step over to Untapped, and they don't have it either, so we don't know what the IBUs are on this beer. Commercial description says, in another exciting collaborative effort with our neighbors at Barrington Coffee Roasters, this is a bold American stout infused with cold brew coffee. PM Dawn exhibits an earthy, freshly roasted coffee bean and dark chocolate mocha nose. The flavor profile consists of vanilla, hot chocolate, and caramel, along with rich espresso. Boy, don't that sound good. With a medium to heavy body, luscious mouthfeel, and light bitterness, PM Dawn is balanced and fruitful, smooth, with a drying roast character. Malta American 2-row barley, Cara Munich C60, C120, dextrine, black patent malt, roasted barley, special B chocolate. Hops are Columbus. The coffee is Barrio. And it says here it was bottled on December 2014 and 15. So I don't know if they did another edition. When I looked, there was like 3 or 4, 5 different ones. Some of them were listed as retired. Some of them didn't have a picture, because I looked at several of them, and this one did, and it matched the bottle, and it has the same picture on Beer Advocate. So evidently they've done several different versions of this beer over the years. So we'll see what this one brings to the table. I don't think there's anything else there, so while I am popping the cap, I will tell you the cuisine. It says here is barbecue. Cheeses are buttery, brie good, Havarti Swiss. Your earthy cheeses, Camembert Fontina. Goes well with your chocolate dishes, and the meat is beef, shellfish, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glassware to pint Becker Nonic mug style Sidel. I'm using my favorite tulip glass today. It says here not recommended for extended cellarings. That's probably because of the coffee. If it didn't have coffee introduced into it, it would probably cellar for a while, 3, 5 years, maybe even longer. But with coffee being added to it, that will fade, just like hops do in an IPA or a double IPA. Not quite a finger of head. Over into the light. It is pitch black, guys. I'm not seeing any light at all, not even through the thin part of the glass. Let's get a nose on it. Oh, wow. Big time roasted coffee, espresso, caramel, toffee. Not getting a lot of chocolate on the nose right now. It's right out of the fridge. The coffee is it's taking up the whole front seat. It's in the driver's seat, it's in the middle, it's in the passenger side. It's taking up the whole front seat. Wow. If you ever been into a store that grinds their own coffee, and when you walk down past the grinder and the smell you get, that's what I'm getting here. Oh, as I say, if you don't like coffee, you're not going to like this beer. I'm going to tell you straight up right now, if you don't like coffee, you will not like this beer, because it is 100% coffee forward. And that's probably why they say don't cellar it. Drink this beer fresh. And like I said, without a date on or a vintage on it, I don't know how fresh it is. Like I said, we'll take a closer look when I come back. But the coffee is outstanding, guys. It's off the chain. Well, final beer of the evening for me. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Greg. Oh, it smells so good. That is big time coffee. Wow. Wow. And I'm sure it's probably got a boatload of caffeine to go with it. And here it is at almost 9 o'clock at night. I hope I can go to sleep tonight after drinking this big caffeinated stout. Wow, the aroma. This is the first stout I've had from these guys. Not only do they do IPAs and double IPAs exceptionally well, I believe they got a handle on the dark beers too. I don't know who the head brewer is there, but damn if he ain't got his head screwed on right. Wow. Unbelievable. The fresh ground coffee smell is unfreaking believable. It's like I just went in there and ground up some coffee and poured it in here. It's that strong, guys. Oh, wow, unbelievable. I'm gonna go on the record right now and say that is the best tasting, most coffee infused beer that I think I've ever done. Wow, that's unbelievable. I can't wait to come back and see if there's a date on it somewhere, or a vintage or something. Wow, unbelievable. Well, let's try out the fridge, and I know these flavors are going to intensify a little bit as it comes to room temperature. Probably going to step out on the deck and have me a Maduro wrapped cigar to go with this while I'm sipping on it. Wow, incredible. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been sipping on about 30 minutes or so. Went very well with the Maduro wrapped cigar that I was having with this beer outside on the deck. Probably one of the last couple of days here that it's going to be 70 degrees during the day. They're calling for it to be in the 40s by Sunday, and in the 40s in the 60s next week. So enjoying this last little bit of Indian summer. today and tomorrow. Today is the 17th. And Saturday is supposed to go downhill from there. It's about that time, I guess. Getting close to November, so got to expect some of the cold weather to start showing its ugly head here in Virginia. Guys, like I said earlier, I looked at the bottle and I come back. There is no kind of dating on it, and I can understand why these guys don't worry about stuff like that. I am glad that they are dating their cans, but everything is sold out of the brewery. It doesn't go to a warehouse or a store. I can understand why they don't. But being a cold brew coffee stout, it'd be nice to have that information. We don't need a day, but it would be nice to have the month of the year, or at least the year. Year would be the next step, and then the month of the year, so you'll know whether it was done in January of 2016 or December of 2016, because the coffee is going to fade, just like an IPA. If you was to sell this beer, if you bought it, like I said, I'm pretty sure Greg probably picked this up at the brewery. If he was to stick this in the closet or fridge and kept it for 3-5 years, the coffee's going to fade. It's not going to be quite as tasty then. It's not going to be a bad beer. 9%, it's going to keep for a long time. But the coffee's going to fade just like hops do, guys. So it'd be nice to have a little bit more information on there. But if they're selling everything right out of the brewery, I can understand why they don't. So let's do the final chug. Like I said earlier, probably one of the best coffee stouts I think I've ever had. Man, the coffee is just off the frickin' chain. I mean, if you've ever been to a store that grinds their own coffee, that aroma is exactly what I'm getting here. When you walk past that grinder where that coffee is at, that's what I'm getting here. It's just all up in your face. Roasted ground coffee. Wow. And I'm still getting it. It's more powerful now than it was earlier. Wow. Final chug. I am not going to leave that. If I could get my tongue down the bottom of the glass, I would. That's incredible, guys. That is definitely, not probably, that is definitely the best coffee stout I've ever had. It's a 10 for me, guys. It is outstanding. If you don't like coffee, do not pick this beer up. Because that's basically what this beer is. It is a super heavily roasted ground coffee taste on this beer. Wow. And I am a coffee fan. I do love coffee. So I'm just hoping the caffeine's not going to keep me awake all night. Here after 9 o'clock, I'm drinking this heavy coffee beer. So we'll see if I toss and turn all night and I feel like crap tomorrow because I didn't get any sleep. But it is outstanding, guys. It is world class. It is, like I said, the best coffee stout I've ever had. 10 for me, 100. Over to Beer Advocate, they don't have any scores, so I don't know what's up with that. Evidently they haven't had enough people. Let's see how many they've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've got 7 different guys that have posted reviews, and all of the reviews are in the 4+ range. So, pretty impressive. Over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer has it overall 98, 82 in the style. I think that number is considerably low. It is. I mean, if this doesn't blow your hair back, you're dead. You're freaking dead. I mean, or you don't like coffee, one or the other. Why would you buy a coffee stout if you didn't like coffee? Alright, final check-in. We'll go over to Untapped, and Untapped has it at 4.29. Good numbers from those guys out there. Definitely an A beer. It's an outstanding beer to me, guys. I don't know what else to say. It blowed my hair back, my socks off. Outstanding. Best coffee, cold brewed coffee beer I've ever had, an Imperial Stout. So, and then now that these guys are doing coffee beers and IPAs and pale ales and stuff like that, and they're okay. They're a nice change up from the typical style. But when you do it in a stout, when you have that chocolatey, roasted malt, coffee, all that comes together very well, especially in this one. It did. So very well done. And like I said earlier, I don't know who the head brewer is there, but he's got his head screwed on right. Very, very nice beer. A great brewer that knows what the hell to do. So, impressed. I don't know what else to say, guys. I'm super impressed with this beer. Greg, thanks again, my friend, my brother, for sending me these awesome Trillium beers. I hope you didn't have to stand in line too long to get these beers. But I hear that's what happens up there. So I'd have a reserved parking place up there if I was living in Boston, Massachusetts. If you've had this beer from Trillium, this is the PM Dawn cold coffee infused beer. They're calling it Barrio. And according to them, it's retired. They probably did it once, and they've done several different versions of this, probably with different coffees. So this one was awesome. I wish they would put that on the label, that this was this version or that version, but they don't. So it is what it is, and we have to take what we can take, and I took this very well. It was pretty awesome. Final beer of the evening for me. Let's go have some dinner. Guys, come on back tomorrow. Let's go dig something tasty out of the fridge. See everybody then.